Testing one, two. Testing one, two. All right. There's a slight delay here going on, but I got it figured out. All right. So, real quick, I just wanted to share where I'm at and also finally get a handle. Pardon me, I just overate a little bit. Get a handle on using OBS so that I can stream properly on this channel and yeah, check in where I'm at. So, today's daily reflections, I'm just going to read it because it is quite relevant. And the reason why I do all these things, right? Because you have to give it away in order to keep it. The title is Mysterious Paradoxes. This will be linked below. So, February 23rd, Mysterious Paradoxes. Such is the paradox of AA regeneration. Strength arising out of complete defeat and weakness. The loss of one's old life as a condition for finding a new one. That's from the AA Comes of Age, page 46. What glorious mysteries paradoxes are. You know, like surrender to win. Oh man, took me a long time to even want to pray. They do not compute, yet when recognized and accepted, they reaffirm something in the universe beyond human logic. When I face a fear, I am given courage. When I support a brother or sister, my capacity to love myself is increased. Hmm. When I accept pain as a part of the growing experience of life, I realize a greater happiness. When I look at my dark side, I am brought into new light. When I accept my vulnerabilities and surrender to a higher power, I am graced with unforeseen strength. I stumbled through the doors of AA in disgrace, expecting nothing from life, and I have been given hope and dignity. Miraculously, the only way to keep the gifts of the program is to pass them on. So I should just get the screen out of here. But yeah, I love where it talks about accepting my vulnerabilities and surrendering to a higher power as being sort of the only way. Just like all the profound universal truths, none of them quite make sense to the logical, rational mind. But that is our enemy. I have a disease that centers between my ears, and I have to do things contrary to what my lizard brain tells me to do daily, like pray, get down on my knees twice a day. Never thought I'd hear myself saying that, but I've gotten that desperate lately because if it wasn't the alcohol and the weed and the kratom, which today, day 72, free from mood or mind altering substances, then it became the cigarettes, the vaping, the food, even with intermittent fasting, right? So I just pray that slowly these habits can start to be shed like layers of a skin. I still have not, it's past intermittent fasting hours, so when I get a craving, I just hit the apple cider vinegar. Today I'm doing a 6 hour window. That's neither here nor there. I did smoke cigarettes today. I did eat a lot of food today. But all I did perfectly was not drink or drug, no matter what. I reached out to 3 people. I called my sponsor. I went to a meeting, so I'm still doing my 90 and 90. It might seem extremist, but when I was drinking and using, or even planning my food consumption, like my sugar, namely consumption, it would occupy all this bandwidth if I didn't tell somebody. And I would find myself just getting home to do it like a drug. And I don't know about y'all, but I cannot throw up. And literally, this is getting really deep, really personal here, but with my overeating side of my addiction, like, granted, yes, I kind of have somewhat of a six pack still, but that just because a person looks a certain way doesn't mean that they don't feel shame and discomfort and cringy, the same thought patterns and dopamine hits of using something to cope, because it's just not healthy for me. It's just not healthy. So, and then I have this pendulum effect. I've thought about, what's up to my 2 peeps in the chat. I'm checking you from my phone. This is my first official live stream. I'm not perfect at it. I'm just doing it, right? Just like everything else in recovery, there's no growth in just coasting. So I want to make this short because I still have homework that I have to be working on and prayer and meditation to do. Breath work. I'm going to link the breath work I did today down below. I have still been keeping up with the cold plunges. I'm still doing no fap. The only reason I know how many days it's been that I've gone in the ocean every day and have somewhat of a tan is because the last time I beat my meat was 24 days ago. I don't know, but I've been jumping in the ocean every day ever since. No more that type of self-soothing or release because it's just kind of cringy anyways. But now it's come into, no pun intended, it has transpired into me dealing with this little first world sobriety problems like drinking too much caffeine or eating much more than I need to. And since I'm going to the gym, I justify it and I rationalize it as I need protein. So, anyways, I just wanted to make this quick. Read the daily reading. Hey, what's up, homeless in America? Testing out my live streaming setup on OBS. So, yeah, this is going to be short. I'm figuring out this YouTube thing officially, how to get it going. Maybe we could do what's it called? A collab sometime. But anyways, I'm really fucking nervous right now. I don't know why, because apparently, like, normally I don't have a problem speaking, but being as I'm somewhat unprepared for this, this is just a trial run. Read the daily reflections, still doing all the things, but that also means I need to prepare my drunkalog for meeting with my sponsor, possibly even tomorrow. And then I have yoga practice teaching that I need to have prepared by Sunday. These are all gifts of recovery today. I'm not sleeping under a bridge. I'm not in prison. I'm not in jail. Uh, getting better day by day. I almost used a filler word there, but I flipped it into I'm. See that? Huh? Progress, not perfection. So, yeah, all the things. centers in our minds. If you're in your mind, that's a fucked up place to be, so you got to get out. That is why we pick up the phone, we text people. You all have phones, you're all able. Yes, I appreciate it. We are all able to. It's going to get played back though. My last video is popping for some reason. So maybe I will just private this, just make it for subscribers. But yeah, my disease tells me that I'm, you know, people are going to think all types of ways about me. And so that's why I do these things. That's why I seek discomfort. That's why I go in the cold ocean every day. That's why I reach out to somebody, shake their hand, get their phone number, at a meeting. And it sucks. And I'm doing it for selfish reasons. Even when I pray, my prayers are still the low level variety. God help me to be more Christ like. I hang on the end of it for the sake of all beings, but I still have this ego, this wounded inner child that I operate from that toggles between look at me, look at what I'm doing, to oh, I'm such a piece of shit, everybody hates me. And so trying to find that balance, that delicate balance between ease and effort, which speaking of, I have to get to the yoga teacher training stuff, and I'm very grateful today to have the ability to not have fucked that up. Pardon my French, and that's not French, that's English. But I'm still a sick puppy. I have a lot of work to do. I'm no guru or recovery saint, and I'm only on step one. But some things that have been working for me lately has been using this laptop. Another gift of recovery I bought over a year ago. And because I was a dry drunk and I was in the room smoking Delta 8 and eating Kratom, didn't give a shit about healing or doing the step work. All I cared about was vanity, egoism. Going into meetings, sounded like I knew my shit, and I felt like a fraud deep down. So when I keep on harping on the fact that I have 72 or 73 days free from mind or mood altering substances, it's because those rabbit trails led me down to binge eating and hiding and lying and putting off the important work, namely not touching this yoga homework for my first 6 months. I hope my yoga teacher doesn't watch this. Oh my God. Of yoga teacher training and just doing enough to get by. That has been my MO. Good for you, man. Congratulations on the sobriety. That has been my MO for my entire life, as long as I can remember. Just seeing what I could get away with. And I guess it stems from the limbic part of my brain, the same story center, the amygdala, to get a little scientific here. But from our childhood traumas, because many of us, probably 90% of us in recovery, are highly sensitive people. We are HSPs, what they say, or empaths. And so we feel so much. We pick up on subtle cues. We notice differences in sounds, textures, the way people look, carry themselves. If their shoulders are struck down, they got a screw face, but they're telling you they're having a great day. It's like, well, tell it to your face, bud. So we close down to the world to protect our hearts. Some of us, it happens at a very young age. I'll leave this talk for a later date because, obviously, as I said, uh, healing begins with self care, and that involves setting healthy boundaries. That involves all the things, right? And so I just wanted to get on here, show you that I'm still sober, show you that I'm learning how to use this amazing machine, and I didn't pawn it for crack or anything. And as much as I'm still working on this channel, I have to work on myself first. Still taking all the other suggestions. I'm not talking to all the cool looking girls or worried about the wrong shit at the meetings. I, Lord willing, am just trying to reach out and help another. And the best way to do that is locally. We have phones, we can text people, we can tell every person we come across that we wish them a good day. Or one little hack, I'll leave this lastly, is when you ask someone how they're doing, or when somebody asks me how I'm doing, I just say, good, hope you are, rather than get into, well, how are you? Good, how are you? And then they feel obligated to respond. I just say, good, hope you are. Keep it moving. Focus on you, even if it's one push up, one less cigarette, or one more line in a journal entry per day. For me, another thing I'm trying to get it back into is my circadian rhythm, hence wearing the blue blockers to not F up uh, my sleep cycle worse. I haven't really dream journaled in a couple nights. This is just becoming like a rant now. So, thanks for sticking in there. I got it all figured out. Man, it was a hell of a time. I had to watch like 3 instructional videos on how to set up OBS, but now I've got it. I can also live stream in cahoots with other people. And wish I had something more profound to say, but I didn't drink or drug today. So as long as I do that, I don't drive myself into a Mack truck or anything, then I can get a little bit better each day, right? I need more catchphrases. Smile at somebody today. Begin within, but if you don't have that self love, you know where to go, man. You go to those rooms, they will love you back to health. They will love you until you can love yourself. With that being said, no one's told you today, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Thank you for sticking it out through this live stream. More to come.